100 FAQs on the Code on Social Security, 2020 General Questions 1. What is the purpose of the Code on Social Security, 2020? Answer. The Code aims to consolidate and amend laws related to Social Security, providing welfare measures like healthcare and income security for employees, unorganized workers, gig workers, and platform workers. It covers areas such as old age, unemployment, sickness, maternity, and work-related injuries. 2. When was the Code on Social Security, 2020 enacted? Answer. It was enacted on September 28, 2020, but specific provisions or chapters may come into effect on dates notified by the central government. 3. Which laws were replaced by this code? Answer. The code repealed 9 laws, including the Employees Compensation Act, 1923, the Employees State Insurance Act, 1948, the Employees Provident Funds and Miscellaneous Provisions Act, 1952, the Maternity Benefit Act, 1961, and the Payment of Gratuity Act, 1972. 4. Who is considered an employee under the code? Answer. An employee is any person, except apprentices under the Apprentices Act, 1961, employed on wages by an establishment for skilled, semi-skilled, unskilled, manual, operational, supervisory, managerial, administrative, technical, or clerical work. Members of the armed forces are excluded. 5. What is an establishment under the code? Answer. An establishment is any place where industry, trade, business, manufacture, or occupation is conducted, including factories, motor transport undertakings, newspaper establishments, audiovisual productions, building and construction works, plantations, mines, and ports. 6. Who is the appropriate government under the code? Answer. For establishments controlled by the central government, e.g., railways, mines, oil fields, it's the central government. For other establishments, it's the state government. 7. How does the code apply to different types of establishments? Answer. Applicability varies by chapter. Chapter 3 Provident Fund, establishments with 20-plus employees. Chapter 4 ESIC establishments with 10-plus employees, except seasonal factories. Chapter 5 Gratuity factories, mines, plantations, etc., with 10-plus employees. Chapter 6 Maternity benefit, establishments with 10-plus employees. Chapter 8 Building workers, building and construction establishments. Chapter 9 Unorganized workers, unorganized sector, gig, and platform workers. Chapter 13 Employment information, applies to career centers and employers. 8. Can an establishment be exempt from the code? Answer. Yes. The appropriate government may exempt establishments from specific provisions under conditions outlined in Section 143. 9. What is the Central Board of Trustees for the Provident Fund? Answer. It's a body constituted by the central government to administer the Employees' Provident Fund, Pension Fund, and Insurance Fund under Chapter 3. 10. What is the Employees State Insurance Corporation ESIC? Answer. ESIC is a body set up by the central government to manage health insurance and benefits under Chapter 4. Chapter 3 Employees Provident Fund. 11. What is the Employees Provident Fund EPF? Answer. EPF is a retirement savings scheme where employers and employees contribute a percentage of wages to a fund that earns interest and can be withdrawn under specific conditions. 12. Which establishments must follow the EPF scheme? Answer. Establishments with 20 or more employees, unless the central government notifies otherwise. 13. What are the contribution rates for EPF? Answer. Both employer and employee contribute 12% of the employee's wages, basic pay plus dearness allowance plus retaining allowance. 14. Can employees choose not to join the EPF scheme? Answer. No. It's mandatory for eligible employees unless exempted under specific conditions. 15. Is there a wage limit for EPF contributions? Answer. Yes. A wage ceiling is set by the central government. Employees above this limit can opt in voluntarily. 16. When can an employee withdraw EPF money? Answer. Withdrawals are allowed for purposes like housing, education, marriage, retirement, or unemployment, subject to conditions. 17. Who sets the interest rate for EPF? Answer. The central government sets it in consultation with the Central Board of Trustees. 18. What happens if an employer doesn't pay EPF contributions on time? Answer. They face interest at 12% per annum on delayed amounts, damages up to 25% of the amount due, and possible imprisonment up to 3 years. 19. When must EPF contributions be paid? Answer. By the 15th of the month following the wage payment month. 20. Can an establishment voluntarily join the EPF scheme? Answer: yes, if the employer and most employees agree, they can apply to the Central Provident Fund Commissioner. Chapter 4, Employees State Insurance Corporation ESIC 21. What does ESIC do? Answer: ESIC provides health insurance and benefits like medical care, sickness benefits, maternity benefits, and disability benefits to insured employees. 22. Which establishments are covered by ESIC? Answer: establishments with 10 or more employees, except seasonal factories, and those in hazardous occupations with even one employee if notified. 23. What are the ESIC contribution rates? Answer: employers contribute 3.25% of wages, and employees contribute 0.75%, unless rates are adjusted for specific cases. 24. What benefits does ESIC provide? Answer: medical care, sickness benefits, maternity benefits, disability benefits, dependents benefits, and funeral expenses. 25. Who qualifies as an insured person under ESIC? Answer: employees earning below the wage ceiling set by the central government and covered under Chapter 4.
26. Can employees opt out of ESIC? Answer: no, it's mandatory for eligible employees. 27. When are ESIC contributions due? Answer: by the 15th of the month following the wage payment month. 28. What are the penalties for not complying with ESIC rules? Answer: interest at 12% per annum on delayed contributions, damages up to 25%, and imprisonment up to 2 years. 29. Can an establishment voluntarily join ESIC? Answer: yes, if the employer and most employees agree, they can apply to the Director General of ESIC. 30. What is the wage ceiling for ESIC coverage? Answer: set by the central government. Employees above this can opt in voluntarily. Chapter 5. Gratuity 31. What is gratuity? Answer: gratuity is a lump sum payment given to employees upon retirement, resignation, or death after 5+ years of continuous service. 32. Which establishments must pay gratuity? Answer: factories, mines, oil fields, plantations, ports, railway companies, and shops establishments with 10+ employees. 33. Who is eligible for gratuity? Answer: employees with 5+ years of continuous service, except in cases of death or disability where the 5-year rule doesn't apply. 34. How is gratuity calculated? Answer: gratuity equals last drawn wages 15/26, years of service, capped at 20 rupees lakhs or as notified. 35. When must gratuity be paid? Answer: within 30 days of it becoming due. 36. Can gratuity be withheld? Answer: yes, if an employee is terminated for willful misconduct causing damage to the employer. 37. What are the penalties for not paying gratuity? Answer: imprisonment up to 2 years or a fine up to 50,000 rupees, or both. 38. Is there a wage limit for gratuity? Answer: no, it's based on total wages, but the maximum payout is 20 rupees lakhs. 39. Can an employee nominate someone for gratuity? Answer: yes, they can nominate someone to receive it in case of death. 40. How does an employee claim gratuity? Answer: apply to the employer within 30 days of it becoming due. If unpaid, approach the competent authority. Chapter 6. Maternity Benefit 41. What are maternity benefits? Answer: paid leave and other benefits for women employees during pregnancy, childbirth, and post-delivery. 42. Which establishments must provide maternity benefits? Answer: establishments with 10 or more employees. 43. How long is maternity leave? Answer: 26 weeks for the first 2 children, 12 weeks for subsequent children, and 12 weeks for adoptive commissioning mothers. 44. What is the payment rate for maternity leave? Answer: 100% of average daily wages during the leave period. 45. Who qualifies for maternity benefits? Answer: women who worked 80+ days in the 12 months before their expected delivery date. 46. Are nursing breaks provided? Answer: yes, 2 breaks per day until the child is 15 months old. 47. Is a creche required? Answer: yes, in establishments with 50+ employees, as per rules. 48. What are the penalties for denying maternity benefits? Answer: imprisonment up to 6 months or a fine up to 50,000 rupees, or both. 49. Can a woman be fired during maternity leave? Answer: no, it's illegal and punishable. 50. How does a woman claim maternity benefits? Answer: she must notify the employer and provide proof of pregnancy. Payment is made in advance.
Chapter 7. Employees' Compensation 51. What is employees' compensation? Answer: payment to employees or their dependents for injury, disability, or death from work-related incidents. 52. Who pays compensation? Answer: the employer, regardless of fault, if the injury occurs during employment. 53. What types of compensation are available? Answer: compensation for death, permanent total partial disablement, and temporary disablement. 54. How is compensation calculated? Answer: for death, 50% of monthly wages x relevant factor, or 120,000 rupees, whichever is higher. Amounts vary by injury type and age. 55. When must compensation be paid? Answer: within 1 month of it becoming due, or as ordered by the competent authority. 56. What happens if compensation isn't paid? Answer: interest at 12% per annum, and a penalty up to 50% of the compensation amount. 57. Can an employee claim under both ESIC and this chapter? Answer: no, if covered by ESIC, they can't claim under Chapter 7 for the same injury. 58. What does the competent authority do? Answer: it decides claims, determines liability, and ensures payment. 59. Is there a deadline to claim compensation? Answer: yes, within 2 years of the accident or death. 60. Are funeral expenses covered? Answer: yes, the employer pays 5,000 rupees, or is notified for funeral costs in case of death. Chapter 8. Building and other construction workers. 61. What's the goal of Chapter 8? Answer: to provide social security to building and construction workers via welfare schemes funded by FAQS. 62. Which establishments are covered? Answer: those involved in building and construction work. 63. What is the cess rate? Answer: 1% to 2% of construction costs, as notified. 64. When is the cess due? Answer: within 30 days of project completion, or as specified. 65. What benefits do building workers get? Answer: medical care, pensions, housing loans, education aid, etc., via state welfare boards. 66. How do building workers register? Answer: apply to the state welfare board with proof of construction work. 67. What's the penalty for not paying cess? Answer: interest at 2% per month and a penalty up to the cess amount. 68. Who manages the welfare fund? Answer: the State Building Workers Welfare Board. 69. Is there a minimum work period for eligibility? Answer: yes, 90 plus days in the past 12 months. 70. Can the cess be deducted from workers' wages? Answer: no, it's the employer's responsibility. Chapter 9. Unorganized workers. 71. Who is an unorganized worker? Answer: a worker in the unorganized sector, including self-employed, gig, and platform workers, not covered by other schemes. Chapter 7. Employees' Compensation. 51. What is employees' compensation? Answer: payment to employees or their dependents for injury, disability, or death from work-related incidents. 52. Who pays compensation? Answer: the employer, regardless of fault, if the injury occurs during employment. 53. What types of compensation are available? Answer: compensation for death, permanent total partial disablement, and temporary disablement. 54. How is compensation calculated? Answer: for death, 50% of monthly wages x relevant factor, or 120,000 rupees, whichever is higher. Amounts vary by injury type and age. 55. When must compensation be paid? Answer: within 1 month of it becoming due, or as ordered by the competent authority. 56. What happens if compensation isn't paid? Answer: interest at 12% per annum, and a penalty up to 50% of the compensation amount. 57. Can an employee claim under both ESIC and this chapter? Answer: no, if covered by ESIC, they can't claim under Chapter 7 for the same injury. 58. What does the competent authority do? Answer: it decides claims, determines liability, and ensures payment. 59. Is there a deadline to claim compensation? Answer: yes, within 2 years of the accident or death. 60. Are funeral expenses covered? Answer: yes, the employer pays 5,000 rupees, or is notified for funeral costs in case of death. Chapter 8. Building and other construction workers. 61. What's the goal of Chapter 8? Answer: to provide Social Security to building and construction workers via welfare schemes funded by FAQS. 62. Which establishments are covered? Answer: those involved in building and construction work. 63. What is the cess rate? Answer: 1% to 2% of construction costs, as notified. 64. When is the cess due? Answer: within 30 days of project completion, or as specified. 65. What benefits do building workers get? Answer: medical care, pensions, housing loans, education aid, etc., via state welfare boards. 66. How do building workers register? Answer: apply to the state welfare board with proof of construction work. 67. What's the penalty for not paying cess? Answer: interest at 2% per month and a penalty up to the cess amount. 68. Who manages the welfare fund? Answer: the State Building Workers Welfare Board. 69. Is there a minimum work period for eligibility? Answer: yes, 90 plus days in the past 12 months. 70. Can the cess be deducted from workers' wages? Answer: no, it's the employer's responsibility. Chapter 9. Unorganized workers. 71. Who is an unorganized worker? Answer: a worker in the unorganized sector, including self-employed, gig and platform workers, not covered by other schemes. 72. What benefits do unorganized workers get? Answer: life disability cover, health maternity benefits, old age protection, and education, as per government schemes. 73. How do unorganized workers register? Answer: via online portals or facilitation centers with Aadhaar and other details. 74. What role do aggregators play? Answer: aggregators, e.g., ride-sharing platforms, contribute 1 to 2% of turnover, or 5% of wages to Social Security for gig platform workers. 75. Are there eligibility rules for unorganized workers? Answer: yes, they must be 1660 years old and meet income land holding limits set by notification.
76. What is the National Social Security Board? Answer: it advises the central government on Social Security for unorganized workers and oversees implementation. 77. Can unorganized workers get multiple benefits? Answer: yes, if eligible under different schemes. 78. What's the penalty for fake registration? Answer: imprisonment up to 3 months or a fine up to 5,000 rupees, or both. 79. Who are gig and platform workers? Answer: gig workers work outside traditional employment. Platform workers use online platforms to connect with customers. 80. Does the central government fund these schemes? Answer: yes, it may contribute based on budget allocations. Chapter 13. Employment Information and Monitoring. 81. What's the purpose of Chapter 13? Answer: it requires employers to notify vacancies to career centers and provide employment data. 82. Who must notify vacancies? Answer: establishments with 20 plus employees, unless exempted. 83. What is a career center? Answer: an office or portal providing job matching, career guidance, and self-employment support. 84. How are vacancies reported? Answer: electronically or in writing, detailing job specifics. 85. What's the penalty for not reporting vacancies? Answer: fine up to 10,000 rupees for the first offense, 20,000 rupees for subsequent ones. 86. Can employers fill vacancies without notifying? Answer: no, unless exempted or for specific categories. 87. What annual info must employers provide? Answer: employee details, vacancies filled, and training provided. 88. When must vacancies be notified? Answer: at least 15 days before filling them. 89. What does the executive officer do? Answer: monitors compliance, inspects records, and imposes penalties. 90. Do career centers charge fees? Answer: no, services are free for job seekers. Compliance, penalties, and imprisonment. 91. What are the general penalties under the code? Answer: fines up to 100,000 rupees and imprisonment up to 3 years, depending on the offense. 92. What's the interest rate for late payments? Answer: usually 12% per annum, but it varies by chapter, e.g., 2% per month for cess. 93. Can offenses be settled out of court? Answer: yes, some can be compounded by paying a set amount under section 138. 94. How long do you have to file a complaint? Answer: within 6 months of the offense. 95. Can you appeal a penalty? Answer: Yes, to appellate authorities or tribunals as specified. 96. What's the max fine for repeat offenses? Answer. Varies, e.g., up to 200,000 rupees under ESIC for repeat violations. 97. Are company directors liable? Answer. Yes, if responsible for business conduct, unless they prove ignorance. 98. What's the penalty for blocking an inspector? Answer. Imprisonment up to 6 months or a fine up to 50,000 rupees, or both. 99. Are penalties higher for repeat offenses? Answer. Yes, fines and imprisonment terms increase. 100. How can an establishment stay compliant? Answer. Register as required, pay contributions on time, maintain records, notify vacancies, and follow all relevant rules. Comprehensive list of due dates for compliance task frequency due date EPF contributions monthly 15th of the following month ESIC contributions monthly 15th of the following month gratuity payment event based within 30 days of becoming due maternity benefit payment event based in advance upon notice cess for building workers project based within 30 days of project completion notification of vacancies as arising at least 15 days before filling annual employment information annual as notified by the government detailed list of interest, penalties, fines, and damages offense interest penalty fine damages reason delayed EPF contributions interest at 12% PA plus damages up to 25% late payment delayed ESIC contributions interest at 12% PA plus damages up to 25% late payment non-payment of gratuity fine up to 50,000 rupees, or imprisonment up to 2 years failure to pay when due denying maternity benefits fine up to 50,000 rupees, or imprisonment up to 6 months violation of maternity rules non-payment of employees' compensation interest at 12% PA, plus penalty up to 50% failure to compensate non-payment of cess interest at 2% per month plus penalty up to cess amount late or non-payment not notifying vacancies, fine up to 10,000 rupees, first. 20,000 rupees, subsequent failure to report vacancies false registration, unorganized workers, fine up to 5,000 rupees, or imprisonment up to 3 months fraudulent registration obstructing an inspector fine up to 50,000 rupees, or imprisonment up to 6 months hindering inspection comprehensive list of imprisonment conditions, and periods offense imprisonment period conditions false statement in EPF up to 1 year misrepresentation deducting EPF but not depositing up to 3 years misappropriation contravening ESIC provisions up to 2 years non-compliance non-payment of gratuity up to 2 years failure to pay denying maternity benefits up to 6 months violation of maternity rules false registration, unorganized workers, up to 3 months fraudulent registration obstructing an inspector up to 6 months hindering inspection.